My friends, listen closely, because the foods you choose today can completely transform your energy, your metabolism, and the way your body burns fat. And what if I told you, you can eat foods that naturally keep insulin low, fire up your fat-burning engines, and don't spike your blood sugar even a little bit. When you remove carbohydrates from your diet, even for a short period, something extraordinary begins happening inside your body. Something most people never realize, because they've spent their entire lives trapped in a loop of sugar highs, insulin spikes, and energy crashes. Your body has only two main fuels, glucose and fat, and as long as you keep feeding it carbohydrates, your body keeps choosing glucose, not because it's better, but because it's easier. Glucose burns fast, just like paper in a fire. It gives you quick energy, but disappears just as quickly, leaving you hungry, tired, unfocused, and craving more fuel. But when you take carbs away, even partially, your body is forced to switch gears. And this is where the magic happens. Insulin, the hormone that controls fat storage, suddenly drops. And when insulin drops, your body experiences a metabolic awakening. For the first time in years, sometimes in decades, your cells can finally access the fat that's been stored around your belly, your thighs, your organs, and your liver. This isn't hype, this is biology. According to the National Institutes of Health, insulin is the master regulator of fat storage. High insulin locks fat inside your cells. Low insulin releases it. It's that simple. And carb-free foods are the fastest way to lower insulin naturally, without medication, without supplements, and without starving yourself. Scientists call this process lipolysis. The moment your body unlocks its fat reserves and begins using them as energy. Most people have never felt true fat-burning energy because they've never given their bodies the chance. The average person consumes sugar or starch every 2 to 3 hours. Breakfast cereal, bread, juice, snacks, pasta, rice, energy drinks. Even foods marketed as healthy, oatmeal, granola bars, fruit smoothies, keep insulin elevated all day long. And when insulin is elevated, fat burning shuts off completely. But imagine waking up tomorrow and giving your body 0 carbs in the morning, just protein, healthy fats, maybe some leafy greens. Your insulin stays low, your hunger stays stable, your energy becomes smooth, not spiky, and your body begins pulling fuel from the place you want it to, your stored fat. Researchers from Harvard University discovered that when insulin drops, your metabolism doesn't slow down, it speeds up. People on a low-carb or carb-free diet burn hundreds more calories per day compared to high-carb eaters hundreds, without exercising more, without eating less, without suffering. That's the power of hormonal balance. And the most shocking part, you don't need extreme dieting to experience it. Even one carb-free meal can start shifting your metabolism. 1. Your body wants to burn fat. It was designed to burn fat. Humans evolved in environments where carbohydrate-rich foods were rare. Our ancestors depended on fat burning for survival. Fat was their slow-burning, long-lasting fuel, the metabolic equivalent of a log on a fire. And the moment you remove carbs, your body remembers this ancient pathway. Your hunger quiets, your cravings fade, your focus sharpens, your energy stabilizes, your fat begins melting away, not because you forced it, but because your body finally has the freedom to do what it was built to do, and it all starts with lowering insulin. But the real question is, why does insulin rise so easily today? Because the modern food environment is engineered to hijack your metabolism. In the last 50 years, the average person's carb intake has nearly doubled. Sugar is added to 74% of packaged foods. Even savory foods are loaded with hidden carbs: sauces, dressings, breads, soups, frozen meals, condiments. Every time you eat these foods, insulin rises. And every time insulin rises, fat burning shuts off like a switch. But carb-free foods break this cycle instantly. When you eat eggs, salmon, avocados, meat, cheese, olive oil, foods with 0 carbs, insulin barely moves. And when insulin stays down, something incredible happens. Your body becomes metabolically flexible. That means it can switch between glucose and fat effortlessly, without cravings, without mood swings, without energy crashes. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation found that within 72 hours of lowering carbohydrates, the body's ability to burn fat increases dramatically. Even at rest, Imagine burning more fat while sitting, walking, sleeping, working, driving. That is the power of metabolic flexibility, and it only happens when insulin falls low enough. But here is something most people never hear. Insulin doesn't just control fat. It controls inflammation. It controls hunger. It affects the brain. High insulin is linked to brain fog, poor focus, fatigue, chronic diseases, even premature aging. When insulin goes down, inflammation markers drop, appetite hormones balance. Your brain becomes clearer, your mood improves, your risk of chronic disease decreases, all from lowering carbohydrates, all from choosing foods that don't spike insulin, all from giving your body the metabolic environment it was designed for. And here is the truly shocking part. You don't need to be low carb forever. You don't need strict keto. You don't need to give up the foods you love forever. You only need to give your body windows, even short windows, where insulin is low enough for fat burning to happen. Most people keep their insulin elevated 16 hours a day without realizing it. A carb-free breakfast alone can change your entire day. Carb-free eating at night can transform your sleep, your recovery, your hormones. Carb-free snacks stop cravings instantly. These small decisions compound. And when you combine carb-free foods with hydration, movement, and good sleep, your body becomes unstoppable. You feel lighter, you feel sharper, you feel more like yourself, not sluggish, not addicted to food, not inflamed, not trapped by cravings. Your body wakes up, your metabolism wakes up, and your life starts changing from the inside out, because the truth is simple. When insulin drops, everything changes. Every cell in your body works better. Every organ functions more efficiently. Your energy rises. Your fat burns. Your inflammation decreases. And you finally experience the kind of health your body has been waiting for. Carb-free foods aren't a diet. They're a reset button. And the moment you press it, your life begins to change. Most people walk around believing that eating less is the key to better health. But the truth is, your body is not starving because you eat too much. Your body is starving because you're eating foods that contain calories but not nourishment. And that's why zero-carb foods are so powerful. They don't just fill your stomach, they feed your cells. They deliver the nutrients your body has been crying out for, and silently, desperately, for years, for decades. And the moment these foods enter your system, your body responds instantly. Your hunger calms. Your cravings soften, your energy rises, not because of willpower, but because these foods finally give your body what modern diets have been stealing away: deep, cellular satisfaction. Think about this for a moment. The average person today eats foods that are engineered to be addictive but nutritionally empty. Processed snacks, refined starches, sugary drinks, foods that taste good but leave your brain screaming for more. Foods that trigger dopamine without delivering a single nutrient your cells need to function, but zero-carb foods break that cycle instantly because they're nutrient-dense in a way processed foods can never be. They're rich in complete proteins, essential fatty acids, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, the building blocks of life. Eggs, for example, contain almost every nutrient required for human survival. One egg has choline for your brain, lutein and zeaxanthin for your eyes, B vitamins for energy, vitamin D for immunity, and high-quality protein for your muscles. Salmon floods your cells with omega-3s, reducing inflammation at the genetic level and nourishing your heart, brain, and nervous system. Avocados deliver monounsaturated fats that stabilize blood sugar so effectively, researchers call them nature's appetite regulators. Meat gives you iron, zinc, B12, and amino acids, informs your body absorbs effortlessly. Cheese provides calcium, K2, and protein that support bones, hormones, and metabolic balance. Olive oil delivers antioxidants so powerful, scientists name them liquid gold for cellular healing. These foods don't just reduce hunger, they satisfy hunger at the deepest biological level because your cells finally receive the raw materials they need to repair, rebuild, and function. And here's the shocking truth. When your cells are nourished, your brain stops pushing you to eat. Studies from Yale University show that cravings are not emotional. They are biochemical signals triggered by nutrient deficiency. When the body lacks essential nutrients, the brain increases appetite, not because you need more food, but because you need better food. Zero-carb foods fix this instantly. They give your body high-density nutrition in its purest form. And that is why people feel full longer when they eat them. That is why people naturally lose weight. That is why energy stabilizes, inflammation drops, and the mind becomes clearer. It's not magic, it's biochemistry. When your body receives enough protein and fat, the two macronutrients essential for survival, you stop overeating because your body finally feels safe. You feel nourished. And that feeling of true nourishment is something many people haven't experienced in years. High-carb foods digest fast, emptying from the stomach quickly and flooding the bloodstream with glucose. Insulin rises, hunger returns, cravings fire, and the cycle repeats. But zero-carb foods digest slowly. They stabilize blood sugar, they keep insulin low, they maintain steady energy without the crash, they keep you full without overeating, and they deliver fat and protein in their most bioavailable forms. Forms your body absorbs completely and uses efficiently. Consider this: one serving of fatty fish can keep you satisfied for up to 6 hours. One serving of high-quality beef can keep hunger down for half the day. One avocado can reduce hunger hormones by 40%, according to the Journal of Nutrition. Cheese provides satiety so powerful that research shows people naturally eat fewer calories for 24 hours without trying. These foods are the opposite of empty calories. They are high-value calories, calories that nourish, repair, and sustain life. And yet, most people fear them. Why? Because society has spent decades teaching people to fear fat. Even though fat is the nutrient your brain and hormones depend on for survival, 60% of your brain is fat. Your hormones are made from fat. Your cell membranes are built from fat. And zero-carb foods, salmon, eggs, avocados, meat, olive oil, provide the healthy fats your body needs to function optimally. When you cut fat from your diet, your hormones break down. Your brain fog increases, your skin suffers, your hair weakens, your metabolism slows. But when you restore healthy fats, your body wakes up, your hormones balance, your cognition improves, your mood stabilizes, your metabolism ignites. And the truly stunning part is this: zero-carb foods also carry the highest thermic effect, meaning your body burns more calories digesting them compared to carbs or sugar. Protein burns up to 30% of its calories during digestion. Healthy fats burn slowly, keeping your metabolism elevated longer. This means you burn calories even after eating, even while resting, even while sleeping. And the benefits don't stop there. Zero-carb foods are anti-inflammatory. Inflammation is the root of nearly every chronic disease: heart disease, diabetes, obesity, arthritis, even cognitive decline. But foods rich in omega-3s, monounsaturated fats, amino acids, and antioxidants help reduce inflammation at the molecular level. They support hormonal health, immune function, muscle maintenance, and metabolic efficiency. Your body becomes less reactive and more resilient. Your cells function with less stress and more stability. Your organs operate with less strain and more efficiency, all because you fed your body what it was designed to receive. And perhaps the most powerful truth is this: when you eat nutrient-dense, zero-carb foods, your relationship with food changes. You no longer chase cravings. You no longer depend on constant snacking. You feel nourished, satisfied, energized, stable. And that stability rewires your appetite from the inside out. You eat when you're hungry, you stop when you're full, you listen to your body instead of your cravings, you make choices from clarity instead of compulsion, because when your biology is balanced, your willpower is no longer a battle, it becomes effortless. Zero-carb foods don't just change your meals, they change your metabolism, they change your energy, they change your clarity, they change your cravings, they change your life. Because the truth is simple: when you feed your body real nutrients, your body rewards you with real results. When you start using carb-free foods every single day, something begins shifting inside your body in ways most people never expect. Not in weeks, not in months, but in hours. Because the food you put in your mouth is not just fuel, It is information. It tells your cells how to behave. It tells your hormones how to respond. It tells your metabolism whether to burn fat or store it. And the moment you choose foods that keep insulin low, inflammation low, and nutrient density high, your biology responds instantly, almost like flipping a switch your body has been waiting years to activate. This is why people who replace even one daily meal with zero-carb, nutrient-dense foods start noticing changes so quickly. Their hunger drops, their mind sharpens, their belly feels lighter, their energy becomes steady instead of chaotic. They sleep better, they wake up with more clarity, their cravings lose power. Not because they're dieting, but because they're finally giving their bodies the environment needed to function the way human biology was designed to function. The science is undeniable. Studies from Stanford, Harvard, and the University of British Columbia all converge on the same truth. When you shift your daily diet toward low insulin, high nutrient foods, your metabolic flexibility improves dramatically. Metabolic flexibility is the body's ability to effortlessly switch between burning sugar and burning fat. Most people today have lost this ability. They eat every few hours because their bodies panic without constant carbohydrate input. They crash, they get irritable, they lose focus, their blood sugar tanks, their energy collapses. This isn't normal, it's metabolic dysfunction. But when you incorporate carb-free foods day after day, you retrain your metabolism. You remind your cells how to burn fat for long, stable energy. You restore the biochemical pathways that modern diets have damaged, and your body adapts faster than you think. Research shows that within 5 to 7 days of consistently eating low insulin meals, your mitochondria, the power plants of your cells, begin producing energy more efficiently. They create fewer free radicals. They become stronger, more resilient, more capable. Your entire cellular engine upgrades, and that upgrade affects everything: your brain, your digestion, your immune system, your hormones, your skin, your sleep, your mood, your weight, everything. When your daily meals include foods like eggs, salmon, avocado, leafy greens, meat, olive oil, and cheese, your body begins operating with precision, your blood sugar stops rising and crashing, your insulin stops spiking, your digestive system gets a break from constant stress, your liver offloads fat instead of accumulating it. Your gut bacteria balance themselves naturally because you are no longer feeding them the sugars that allow harmful bacteria to thrive. And your inflammation drops, not a little, but dramatically. Chronic inflammation is one of the silent killers of our modern world. It fuels heart disease, obesity, diabetes, arthritis, depression, and even cognitive decline. But eating nutrient-dense, zero-carb foods daily reduces inflammation at the source: the gut, the bloodstream, and the cellular environment itself. Omega-3 fats from salmon reduce inflammatory markers like CRP. Choline from eggs improves liver detoxification. Monounsaturated fats from avocados strengthen cell membranes. Antioxidants from leafy greens neutralize oxidative stress. Vitamin K2 from cheese directs calcium away from your arteries and into your bones. Olive oil contains oleocanthal, a compound shown to act similarly to ibuprofen in reducing inflammation. These foods heal your body from the inside, meal by meal, day by day, in a way no supplement can replicate. And as your inflammation falls, your metabolism speeds up, not because you're eating less, but because your body is no longer under stress. A stressed body clings to fat. A nourished body releases it. That's why people who begin eating these foods consistently start losing weight without trying. They're not starving themselves. They're supporting their biology, and their biology responds by burning fat more efficiently, preserving muscle, stabilizing appetite hormones, and regulating energy output. Even your brain transforms when you use these foods daily. Your brain runs better on fat than it does on sugar. Ketones, the fuel your body produces when insulin is low, are the brain's preferred energy source. They sharpen focus. They improve memory. They stabilize mood. They reduce anxiety. They enhance mental endurance. This is why people often say they can think more clearly when they start eating low-carb or carb-free foods regularly. Their brain is finally receiving the fuel it performs best on, and because your brain controls hunger, willpower, cravings, sleep cycles, and emotional regulation, the improvements compound. You don't just eat better because you choose better foods. You choose better foods because your brain starts functioning at a higher level. This is how transformation becomes sustainable, not through restriction, not through punishment, through nourishment, through biology, through giving your body the foods that support long-term metabolic health every single day. But perhaps the most powerful change happens in your hormones. Carb-free foods naturally improve leptin sensitivity, the hormone that tells your brain you're full. They reduce ghrelin, the hormone that signals hunger. They regulate cortisol, the stress hormone that drives belly fat. They improve thyroid hormone conversion, boosting metabolic rate. They stabilize estrogen and progesterone. They support testosterone production. They create hormonal balance, not through pills, but through nutrition. And hormonal balance is the foundation of long-term weight loss, emotional stability, energy consistency, and total health. This is why daily consistency matters so much. Every time you choose these foods, your hormones shift in the right direction. Your metabolism becomes more efficient, your inflammation decreases, your energy becomes smoother, your cravings weaken, your fat-burning capacity increases, your mental clarity sharpens, your sleep deepens, and your entire physiology begins operating in harmony instead of chaos. Transformation doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens gradually, biologically, day by day, decision by decision, meal by meal. But once the shift begins, it does not stop. Your body wants to be healthy. Your body wants to burn fat. Your body wants to function efficiently. You just have to give it the foods that allow it to do so. That's why using zero-carb, nutrient-dense foods daily isn't just a diet. It's a biological strategy. It's a metabolic reset. It's a way of eating that aligns with how the human body was designed to thrive. And when you give your body this kind of consistency, your life begins to change, not slowly, but powerfully, because your metabolism doesn't just improve, it transforms. And when your metabolism transforms, so do you, my friends. Your body is a fat-burning machine when you give it the right fuel, cut the carbs, even just a little, and add these carb-free foods daily. Your energy will rise. Your inflammation will drop, your metabolism will wake up, and you're going to feel better than you have in years. Take care of yourself, my friends. You will be blessed.